Hi, this is George Alger, and welcome to today's segment of Our Ventura TV. Today's guest expert is Maria Dessornes, who is the president of the Conejo Valley Museum, which presents the Conejo Valley Art Walk. Welcome, Maria.
Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you. So we're going to be talking about the Art Walk, but let's get a message about the museum itself.
Okay. The museum started way back in 1978, and then because we didn't have a building for the museum, it's been going from one place to the other for a long time, and now I think we're trying to get money so that we can have our own building, and so the Art Walk has really helped us because we've been putting that money aside and earning interest. Of course, nowadays they don't make, we don't have as much interest as we did before. So, but we're still working towards our goal.
Got it. So the Art Walk is actually an important fundraiser.
Yeah, that's
for the
right,
museum.
for the museum, yes.
Okay, great. In fact, just to clarify that, so is the Art Walk the most high-profile activity that the museum does every year?
Yes, it is. We have our exhibits, of course, that are very important. We have changed the exhibit about every 4 months. And right now, I don't know if we have Susan Krebit that is exposing her artwork, and she is does the work of an ancient art work that is with wax and fire. Okay.
Wow.
So it's very interesting. It's a lot of people have really been enthusiastic about it, and we have had a lot of people come in.
And how long have you been involved with the museum?
I've been involved since 1985.
Wow, so you know some history.
And an interesting point is that we're all volunteers.
Okay, well done. So let's talk about the Art Walk itself. How was it even conceived?
It was conceived in 1987 when we had an invitation by the Jan's Marketplace, which was then the Jan's Mall. And we had an invitation for the artists to show there in the outside mall. And then Harvey Roth, which was a park and rec manager at the time, he would always come and visit the museum. He was he liked art a lot, and so he was with us a lot of times. And he came by with his bicycle during that day that we were showing. He said, wouldn't it be nice to have a very outdoor show right there in the front, you know, where it was the Exxon building, you know, all the green slopes area. Wouldn't it be nice to be there? And he says, yes, wouldn't it? And so that's how it started.
Wow, that's great.
Yes.
So it probably started a little bit more modest than it has been in recent years.
We were there for only one day. We were showing only one day, and it was so popular the first time that we decided 2 years later, for a 2-day show. So it's been going on for this.
Great.
Getting better and better every year.
Yeah, and the artists who are represented now, are they exclusively local, or has it been branching out into other parts of the county and beyond?
No, we've always had a lot of artists from outside as well as the local artists, but we've had people from even New York and Chicago, all those that area. But now, because of the economy, they don't travel this far. So it's been very different in the art fairs. The artists don't travel as far as they used to.
Okay.
Because of the accommodations, and then the gas, it used to be pretty high. It's gotten a little bit lower, but it's not, for them it's been hard.
Right. Speak about some other changes you've observed over the years.
Over the years, well, like I say, we try to be better every year. So we try to invent little things that might make it better, every year, and trying to see what works and what doesn't. So we try our best, to, and we also visit other shows to see what the difference is.
Good, and then
And we also get artists from other shows too.
Good.
That we see their work and we like their work, so we invite them.
And in recent years, how many days has the Art Walk been?
It's 2 days now.
Still 2 days, okay.
Yes,
And
right.
about what is sort of an average attendance?
From 12 to 15,000 people.
Yeah.
But like, it's not a show that you stay there all day. People that come to see the art, they come to see it for either there's buyers, there's collectors that come and they know who they want to see. There's some artists that have their lists of patrons that they invite, and they look for them. It's funny because we also give a program there at the Art Walk, and that program lists all the artists that we have. But then the patron that goes doesn't save the booklet, so we get a lot of calls at the museum. Who was this person at this little, booth right by so and so? He was selling this. We have a lot of times we have a lot of artists, and it's very hard to. But then something clicks, and then I say, "Oh, I know who that is," And so I just recently we had an artist, Dominique. And Blanchard, and since she said he had a French accent, well, he was the only French one there, so I could tell who he was. So I give them the number, and they get contacts, and the artists are very happy to sell that way.
Yeah, I bet. That's great. Okay, and then is the Art Walk held in the same weekend or the same month every year?
It's always the first weekend in June.
Okay.
So this year it's the 4th and the 5th.
Good. And then what is the website that people could go to for more information?
www.cvam.us.
Good. Okay. Now, is there any, as you've looked at other art walks and you're constantly looking to improve your own, are there trends that you've observed, let's say, in the world of art walks that you see that are sort of current?
I think maybe sometimes I think everybody copies everybody.
Okay.
But the thing is with us, we're trying to always keep the art first and not the money, which might be, some people might say we're crazy, But we strive into not having a lot of commercial stuff on our art walk.
Okay. Now speak about the volunteers.
Without them, we couldn't work.
I bet.
Yes. In fact, at the museum we have a lot of volunteers, and also at the Art Walk. In the Art Walk, some of them have been there for years. That they just love to be there, Yeah, and some of them have gotten old and they can't make it anymore. But they just loved it, They were happy to be there.
Are you interested in more volunteers?
Yes, we certainly are. We are still looking for them.
All right, well,
Okay.
Why don't you outline some steps that a person could take that maybe they don't know anyone who is currently associated with the Art Walk, but they'd like to reach out and find out some more information. How would that process work?
Well, the best place to go, either to call the 492-8778 number or the 373-0054 number. It's an 805 area code, of course. And they can ask, how they can get to be a volunteer either for the Art Walk or for the museum.
Good. Now, what would be some of the roles that they might consider, whether it's for the museum or the Art Walk?
Well, the Art Walk would be would be different because it's easier. I mean, all they do is talk to each other. We usually have two people in the table that we sell T-shirts, cups, and then we also have STEM glasses. We have pens, and then we have a kid art too, that we also have need volunteers that like to, play with kids. They're going to do a little bit of art there. And so it's pretty amusing for the volunteers too. But the volunteers have to like children, because a lot of the volunteers that we have are retirees.
Okay.
And some of them have their own grandchildren, and they said, well, I have enough with my own, So it's we ask them if they want to work with children.
Good. And is there any other fundraising opportunities that you might want people to know about?
Fundraising, well, actually, this is our main fundraiser.
Right.
And we're looking for other things that we would like to do.
All right, sounds great. Well, we're just about ready to wrap up here. So let's have you repeat the website again, and then is there a summating message you'd like to leave for the viewers?
All right. It's the website for the museum is www.cvam.us. And our telephone number is 373-0054 or 492-8778, and that's in the 805 area code. What I'd like to do is invite everybody to ArtWalk so they can enjoy themselves. It's free parking, and the entrance is free. Of course, the food won't be free, but it's there. And if you have children, they'll love it. And it's time, I think, for parents to start teaching the kids a little bit about art. It always helps.
Great, and it's the first weekend of June of every year.
First weekend in June. It's today. This year will be the 4th and 5th of June.
Great. Well, thank you very much, Maria.
Thank you for having me.
This is George Alger signing off for this segment of Our Ventura TV. Until we meet again.